Good to have you all in this program, Ehiliz Talk Show. Many thanks to God. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Ehiliz Corner. A child neglected is as good as dead. Somebody say something.
Looking at the word, a child neglected is as good as dead. To my own understanding, it means children or human beings in general find reasons to life when they have attention. But once anybody is alive and nobody is ready to pay them attention, then they see no reason to live. That's one thing I understand about that statement.
A wise man once said that children are like wet concrete. Right? Whatever impression you make on them lasts a lifetime. Like there are some children that die in silence because why? There is no voice to listen to them. Look at the case of Shaka the Zulu. People thought he was a demon, he was a monster, but he was a victim of child neglect. People that called him names when he was growing up. When he grew up, the anger, the vengeance in him, went to give it back to them. Just a way of telling us that children, they need a voice to listen to them. If you don't listen to them, all this violence, all these deaths that we are experiencing, may they not give it back to us in the future. So let's learn to love and give them attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a straightforward, shall I call it, adage or phrase, that a child neglected is as good as dead. We need as parents to take care of our children, or guardians, whoever you are, take care of them. A child neglected could go to the street, do all sorts of things, and that may eventually lead to his or her death because of lack of care and negligence. So it is important that we take care of our children so that we will also live in a better society. Because when they are neglected, they do everything, any manner of thing you want them to do. We have a lot of examples here, even in Lagos, let alone other places. And if care is not taken, to take to their early grave. So we should be careful of this. Enough of this. Thank you so much. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Child neglect is a form of abuse, and parents must be abreast of this simple fact and take full responsibility. Apparently, parental negligence and impact on society is the topic for today's discourse. As usual, the guests will be introduced shortly after this break. Please don't go away. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the topic is parental negligence and impacts on society. And with me in the studio is a parents coach. Let's make welcome Mrs Abiodun Sopitan.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, follow us on our social media handles as displayed on the screen. Abiodun, you're welcome again.
Thank you, Ma.
Please, your humble perspective on this subject matter.
Okay, thank you very much for allowing me to be here.
You're welcome.
This discussion is as important as we should have it. It should be an ongoing discourse because everything we find in our society now is as a result, every ill that we find in our society now is as a result of parental negligence. Because we often say this, the family is a microcosm of the society. Whatever you fail to do as a parent will surely, evolve and turn out to the kind of people we have in our environment. Who is a parent? A parent is a caretaker or a caregiver to a child. Now, you would see that I did not say biological parents because we are all parents. We should all parent in any way or in any form that we find ourselves.
Yes.
Now, what is parenting? Parenting is the ability to raise a child from baby to adult in an environment of nurture, environment of love, environment of support, direction, and guidance. And so if you fail to do all these aforementioned, you have neglected your child.
And it's an abuse as well.
So it's a totality. like I always say, parenting is a calling. A calling to co-create. God has created the child and given it to you. The child comes empty. Whatever adult or whoever adult the child turns out to be is what you have done or what you have failed to do as a parent. So you know that it is a big task. It is not something that you can just say, oh, shelve it aside or relegate it to grandparents, relegate it to house helps, relegate it to teachers, relegate it to schools. You can't relegate. You have to do the job.
Play your role.
You have to do the job. If you don't do the job, you will still suffer it in future. There's no gainsaying about this. There is no gainsaying. So you have to do the job. And so I tell people, parenting is not an emergency. It's not something you stumble into. You have to get prepared mentally, emotionally to do the job of a parent. If not, you are just churning out, different kind of people into the society. Thank you.
So much to say on this matter, as a matter of fact. However, what are some examples of parental neglect?
Parental neglect is so wide. There are so many things you would do as a parent that you have neglected your child. But most people look at it in the essence of physical. There's physical neglect that you fail to provide the basic amenities, probably clothes, food, education, medicine. Not that we have that part. Then we also have the emotional aspect of it. If you fail to feel that aspect, also, you have neglected your child. And this aspect that we are talking about, the emotional part of it, is where most parents fail the most. Because we are all emotional beings. And then we have a soul, we have a part of our body. Even if we don't say it, there's the silent, they say the silent cry of a child. It's innate, it's inside. They feel the want, they want the love, like she said. They want the voice to be heard, to be taken care of in their own way. In their own way. You see, the part I'm coming to now is the negligence that we even think we are not doing. The negligence of not listening, of not taking care of the child the way they want to be taken care of. To be a parent, you have to know yourself first, and then know the child that you are parenting. All children are not the same. I'm not the same as she is. I won't have the same temperament. I won't have the same learning views. So you cannot parent us the same way.
That's right.
And so you have to learn to understand your child or your children first, before you can even come and say maybe you are neglecting or not. Because if I speak to like 100 parents now, they'll say, no, I'm giving my child time. I'm giving this. Are you parenting the child the way the child should be parented? Should be parented. Some people will get the best gadgets for their kids, take them to the best schools, but will not have time to nurture them.
Teach them some
It's
morals.
negligence.
Get some morals in them.
Yes, as a parent, you have to know what your own values are first. As a parent, what are your own values? What do you stand for? What do you want? What do you want as a person? Before you can now say you want to instill those values into a child. Because I tell you, children learn more from
what they see than from what they hear.
Yes, non-verbal conversations. Non-verbal conversations. They see you, they know you, they see everything you do. So when you tell them go left, they're watching you. It's a part of negligence. So you yourself, you have to train yourself before you want to train somebody else. So like I said, parenting is a calling. You have to be, you have to be intentional. That's the word. You have to be intentional. Parenting is the mantra. I was telling someone just recently that, my phone has been on hook, has been ringing because of the recent, scandal that just burst in the social space.
Yes, concerning that 10 years.
Yes, the 10-year-old girl. Everybody is running kitty kata now. Why? Because you failed to do the job.
Yeah.
We are not having the conversations we should be having with our children. We are not doing the work that we should be doing with our children. We relegate everything to the school.
We're not even close to them.
Somebody will tell me that it's the fault. Someone was
market.
arguing with me that it's the fault of the school. Okay, let's say now it's the fault of the school. The school refused, did not do what they were meant to do. But who has the brunt? Who is suffering it?
It's the parents.
Is it the school? It's the parents. You are scarred for life. The child is scarred for life. And to repair is more difficult. It's more difficult. So as parents, we should put ourselves in places for knowledge. We have to learn. We have to read books. We have to talk to our parents. We have to, do things. Yes. Understand
engage
who
them all
they
the time.
are. Like, yes, you have to engage because there's no vacuum in parenting. There's no vacuum. If you feel that your children are not learning, they are learning from somebody. It might not be you. They are learning it from. They are either learning it from Google. They are learning it from school. They are learning it from online,
Social
all these things,
media,
or from
yes.
books, social media, from songs. So whatever you are not teaching, your children will learn it from somebody. And then the other aspect is my parents parented me. And so I know how to parent. I know how to do the right things, do the normal things. Please, parents, you have to seek new knowledge. The parenting that our parents did is now stale.
The only thing that makes it change. So
it does not work in this generation anymore.
Yes.
This generation is a digital space. They were born into the digital era. We had to learn digital. We had to learn how to operate phone. But then you see a little child, you give the child's already swiping. It's already doing this.
You'll be wondering how.
Yes, because they were born into digital. We learned digital. So you have to learn, because now, seemingly, parents don't like me saying this, but
we want to say
the children are smart. The children we have now are smarter than the parents that they have. They are smarter than the parents that they have. So the only way you can counter this is to seek knowledge. Do courses, read books, and learn. How? Because you have to be intentional, like this child.
And engage them all the time.
All the time. I told someone, the outliers of this generation, of their present generation, are already being groomed. The people who want their children to be CEOs, to be presidents, have already started the work now. The outliers of this generation have already started the work now. So we don't have an excuse. You don't even have any excuse. You can't give me an excuse of time. You can't give me an excuse of not having any. No. You have to do the work now. Most times when your child is up to 10 or 11, you really don't have anything to do anymore. They have formed what they want to form. And it takes the grace of God to even listen to you after that. Yes. If you have not already started the work earlier.
Yes. You have already missed it.
There are windows. There are windows that you need to key into. And all these are
as early as 2 years.
Negligences.
Bringing your child up.
Huge negligence is negligence on the part of the parents. You can't give your work to the school and say, "Hey, I sent the child to school." I said, no, the school won't parent for you. It is your job. And so we are having adults in the society that don't even know themselves. They don't know what they stand for. Okay. They are there churning violence all over, everywhere. And so we cannot remove the fault of the parents from these adults that we have. Yes. And the wrapped society that we have now, the society that is looking as if this will grow up. Why is everything like this?
Exactly.
It's the fault of the parents that we have, the woke generation. I am a woke mother. Dress your children anyhow. They go to parties looking like adults, dancing some kind of way you can't, and then you're applauding them. Children that dance normally like children, you say those ones don't know how to dance. And then children are dancing erotically, and then you are clapping for them. It is all our fault, because like I say, it takes a village to raise a child. And that is why I did not limit my definition of a parent to a biological parent. In those days, I dare not see my mom's friend and work. She would even parent more than my mom. She would say more of the things that, my mom would not even say. And I dare not go home.
To put you right, to correct you.
I dare not go home report to my mom. Here, teachers will even are afraid to correct children because of the woke parents. Parents come, don't touch my child, don't do this, don't do that, and the children are seeing all this. They know. And so in turn, they do different things that, we cannot even say they are doing.
Thank you so much. I really there's so much to say about this, but we'll take a break now.
All right.
And then continue later. Vivid view.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. We are still discussing parental negligence and impacts on society. What are the effects of parental neglect on children?
It's uncountable. It's uncountable. The effects are too numerous to mention. You have children, like I said before, who don't even know who they are as adults. They don't know who they are just growing up.
Like that.
They don't have an identity. They don't know.
They have no direction.
They don't have a direct. Yes. They don't have a direct. They're just growing up. They don't know what they want to be. They don't know where they are going to. They don't know what their values are. What can I take and what can I not take? If somebody tells me to do it, will I do it? Because you don't know. And so somebody will tell you, oh, let's go and rob somewhere. You will go.
Let's go and
because
kiss.
you don't
5,000.
know who
You will go.
You don't know what your family values are. Your parents have not told you, in this family, this is how we are. We don't do this. You don't know. Many people don't know because the parents don't tell them. Yeah. And so it's a whole lot. The society as we have it now, as you know, the decadence in the society as we have it now, is as a result of parental negligence. Yes. And parents have to sit up now and start doing, because we are sitting on a time bomb. We are sitting on a time bomb. What you saw on social media is just an icing on the cake. There are some things that I have heard that I don't have the privilege to share because it's like a counseling session. You can't say it.
Yeah.
They are 3 times worse than what you saw on social media. 3 times worse. This is a ticking time bomb. When it explodes, we will not be, we will not find it funny at all. Because when you have 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, it's like they're parenting themselves. Because the social media gives you room to explore. To explore. You hand over a phone to a minor, a child that is below 16 or 18 years old, a phone, and you don't teach the child. See, just go into the internet and explore. When you buy a car for a child, you go to driving school, you learn how to use it. So if you give your child internet, you have to teach your child the do's and don'ts of internet.
The areas you not visit,
you don't just throw them into the internet space and say, do whatever, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. My children will tell me, they'll say, Mommy, you don't trust me. I say, it's not you I don't trust. I don't trust them. I don't trust the internet. It is not you. You can't give children uninterrupted access to internet. You can't do that. Even adults, it affects you. You find some time that you wake up in the morning, the first thing you open is your phone. You're addicted.
Already.
You don't do prayer. The first thing, you don't talk. You don't do, okay, let me check. What did I do wrong yesterday? Let me write down all the things I've done right. Let me see, maybe I went wrong here. I did right. You are not doing self-reflection first. You are not praying first. You are picking your phone. Let me see if I have message on WhatsApp. Let me see what's happening on Instagram. You have a problem.
Even as an adult.
That's what I'm saying. Adults, as we have it, I know a lot of adults that are addicted to pornography. That they are trying to get away. They will go and be watching it. And then you now throw children into that space.
Hi.
It's like you have water or you have a white paper. And then you put them in it. You are staining it. You are pouring something inside. How do you get it clean?
I don't understand.
How?
I don't.
This is a very serious issue, and people don't even understand the gravity of what they are doing. Let me say the kind of parents we have. We have 3 kinds of parents. We have the limiters, we have the enablers, we have the mentors. Now, the limiters are the ones, don't watch television, don't go outside, don't step outside, don't do here.
That will not solve problem too.
It will not solve it.
That will not solve problem as well.
I was a limiter. I didn't allow my children listen to music, all this secular music. Don't do this because I didn't want them to see. My son went to school. I tell people, I didn't know any. My son didn't. I used to sing it. I used to hear it, but I would put on earphones and everything. My son went to school, secondary school, 1 term. He was singing all the songs possible. Chris Brown, as in when I heard the song, my heart did, as in like, but I gave the count. It's like, wow, you know the song? You can't limit your children because you don't know who they are interacting with. That is the problem of limiting. When you say don't wear trousers, don't wear skirts, don't wear earring, don't use makeup. Are you telling them why? That's a limiter. An enabler is just do your own. Anything you like, do. I'm sure there your mom, if you need money, come, I'll give you. If you want to go to school, I'll be okay. You need clothes, take. That's an enabler. Anything.
Don't let anybody touch you. Don't let anybody. You need to tell them. Because they need to know.
Now we have the mentors. Those are the ones that train, the ones that teach, the ones that go hand in hand with you, the ones that have conversations, not instructions, not commands. They are different. The limiter will say, sit down there, don't stand up. The mentor will say, will you sit down? Do you want to sit down or you want to stand? Oh, mommy, I want to stand. Oh, do you know why I want you to sit down? If you sit down, your legs will not pain you. That is. And then the child will stand up and say, mommy, I want to stand. Okay, stand. And then the leg will start paining you. See, I told you this. Oh, mommy, that's true. Sit down. You are having conversations. There's a difference. And so we have to become mentors and teachers. We have to teach so that we don't have two-faced children. I had a lot of them in my university days. My father said, don't wear trousers. You will see them, they will pack all the trousers in their bag. When they are going home, they will put on the gown that you want to see.
When they get to the school, they
will change. You are not teaching anything. Because what you are teaching your child is not for now. It's for the adult that the child is going to become. Because if you have deceived yourself, they will deceive you in front of you. And then they are the adults that they come to be, who are abused, who are violent, who don't even know where they belong in the society. You have wife beaters, they came from a home.
Yes, so.
You have thieves, they come from a home. Unfortunately, you have these Boko Haram people, they came from a home.
Yes. They have parents. So
all this is from, you even hear parents say, I didn't do anything. Is that non-doing that is the problem, Gongo?